I'm going to share the agenda, which was sent to us by Jasmine earlier today. So let me know when you can see my screen. It should be viewable now. And we're going to start with the approval of the previous week's meeting or previous month's meeting. We did not have a meeting in June, so our last meeting was May 4th, 2022. On the first page, I'll just point out very quickly that Attorney Russell Liskoff's last name is spelled with 2 F's, which is phonetically more or less correct, but is not how he spells it. So that should be changed to a V, I believe.
That is correct. Actually, you complained to my great-grandfather, who it was Liskovsky, and they anglicized it to Liskov. So it went from Russian to Bulgarian. Didn't make a lot of sense to me. But.
And then both Fran Collier Clemens and Commissioner Brenda Penn Williams hyphenate their last names. So there should be a dash between Collier and Clemens and between Penn and Williams.
Followed by pound. Otherwise, just press pound. Please enter the meeting password followed by pound.
Sissy, hang up that you interfering in John with John. Just hang up and go through my phone.
So that was all I saw on page 1. Did anyone have any other comments on page 1?
I don't need you, Brenda. I'm in the meeting. I'm in.
She's in, John.
Excellent.
Where?
There she is, the phone number down under attendees, 203-216-2652. We're glad to have you. All right, any other comments on page 1? Hearing none. Any comments on page 2?
I guess they could correct my name again there too.
Well, they're going to correct it throughout. Yeah, obviously. So I believe for case 1801-21, that was a vote to close the case, not to hear the case. That's what I have in my notes. Attorney Liskoff, does that match what you have?
You are correct.
So could we amend that to recommend closing the case, and Ms. Oliver moved to close the case and the motion passed? Correction on the hyphenation of Collier Clemens throughout as well. I'm noticing that here in 07-22, it should be hyphenated also.
Yeah, we'll get it.
And Penn Williams throughout as well. The name of the restaurant is also Il Posto, Posto. So as long as we're making corrections, we should probably get the restaurant name correct. I think that was all I had. Any other corrections, any other notes, changes? All right, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes.
Chairman Pride, I approve the minutes.
It's off my screen. Hold on a second here.
I second.
All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Great. We will go on to the Vice Chair's report. So a couple of things to note. First, as I'm sure you all saw Jasmine's email, unfortunately, our chair, Patty Gennario, passed away this past week, or just over a week ago. And her memorial service was this weekend, or her calling hours anyway, was this weekend. I unfortunately was unable to attend due to other 4th of July plans that had already been made. But I'm sure that everyone here will agree with me that Patty was really just a wonderful chair, a true person of integrity and civic responsibility, a real model, I think, for what it means to be someone who really works hard to make Norwalk work. And that was true not just in her role in the Fair Rent Commission, but also in many of the other activities that she participated in locally. And so I am tremendously saddened, both by the commission's loss and by her family's loss, and then also just by the fact that due to the pandemic, we didn't actually get to see her in person for the last 2 years that we could have. So I'm glad that we were able to still have meetings and still see her there, but I really feel like the in-person meetings it's unfortunate that we weren't able to be involved in those with her. I will say for my own part that I will try to carry on her legacy as best as I can in the vice chair role, and we'll, I expect that it'll be pretty much what the commission has been used to over the past several years, and I'm not going to put in any new changes as a result of this, but anyway, that's where we are. In addition to that, there are a number of other vacancies on the commission. I know that Lamont has been working with the mayor to fill those vacancies, and I'm sure that we will be getting new people in soon. Dan Darbandy, who had been a regular attendee of the commission, announced at the end of May that he would have to resign, or that he would be resigning. So that's one more person that we are down, and obviously in addition to Patty. So nothing further to report there. I hope that everybody had a great 4th of July. I appreciate you all meeting so soon after it. I know we frequently take right after the 4th of July off, but because we were also out in June for the wonderful dinner that Brenda so helpfully organized, and thank you all for attending that. It was great, those of you who were there. Because we were out in June as well, we did have some cases. I wanted to have the meeting this month anyway, so I appreciate you joining. Thank you.
Can I just say one thing, John, before we move a little forward? Can we just all have, with all of us that are here, just a quick moment of prayer and silence in her behalf? Because like we all said, she's going to truly be missed. She was a trooper and all that she did. So if everybody can just stop for just a second and pray individually, real quick, on her behalf, I think it would be a good thing.
I agree. Thank you, Sissy, for suggesting that.
Thank you, everyone. Donna, you can move forward.
All right, thank you. All right, we will move forward to review, discussion, and motions on open cases. And for that purpose, I will turn it over to Russell to discuss the open cases. Wait, that's last week's. This is this month's open cases.
All right, good evening, everybody. The first case is known as 1806-22. I'm Russell Liskov, representing the Fair Rent Commission. It's regarding 7 Nob Hill Road, apartment 2. The tenant was paying $1,200 per month for a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm trying to read up my cell phone, so it's a little bit tricky. I'm trying to do my best here. And the landlord requested a $300 raise. I met with the landlord. I met with the tenants. We entered into extensive negotiations. The landlord and the tenant had entered into a new lease. The landlord made extensive renovations and remodelings to the apartment. He fixed the heating system. He fixed walls. He fixed the bathroom. He fixed other walls. And they entered into a new lease, a settlement agreement between the two parties. And I would ask that you vote to close this case because it's been settled and everybody is happy with what's happening.
And here's the settlement agreement was attached. Jasmine just attached it today, so that's great.
Samuel Pride, I move to close the case.
Second.
Donnie Weldon, second.
All right. Weldon. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you.
The next case is known as 1807-22. It is 21 Aiken Street, first floor. Tenant pays $2,400 a month rent for a 3-bedroom apartment. The landlord is requesting an increase of $200 per month. The tenant is actually moving out and going out of state. I'm working on a settlement agreement between the two parties that I think I'll have inked for next month. So I would ask that you take no action this month, and hopefully I can present you with a request for a withdrawal as of next month.
Tell me
Mike
your
Johnny
pride,
Weldon
no
make a
action.
motion.
They're talking
So
on top of
moved.
each other. Excuse me, Chair.
Yep.
Folks are talking over each other, so don't know who's voting and who isn't.
I think that Johnny May is the one who made that
I
motion.
started out, but Sam, yeah, I made a motion. But Sam, you can go ahead on. You got it. Go, Sam.
All right, we'll give it to Sam then. Any seconds?
Doesn't matter. Let's just keep it moving.
Sam, just keep it going. You came on in with it, so just keep it going, Sam.
All right, Johnny, we'll call you the second then. All right.
Decision.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes, no action.
Thank you.
Okay, go on to new cases. Now I noticed, hold on, just quickly on the agenda. I don't think new cases were on the agenda, so we might need to, oh, it is, okay. And they're just not listed. Okay, never mind, we're good. Presentation of new cases.
Getting dizzy. The next matter is known as 1808-22, 101 Washington Street, Unit 407. Tenant pays $21.74 for one-bedroom apartment. Landlord is requesting a $76 a month increase. The landlord withdrew the increase, so we would ask that you vote not to hear the case.
Tell me your pride and vote not to hear the case.
Fran Collier Clemens, second.
Anyone in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Great. Anyone opposed? Any abstentions?
They're just running through. this.
Motion passes.
Okay, the next case is 809-22, 30 Merwin Street, apartment 6. The tenant pays $943 a month for two-bedroom apartment. The landlord is requesting a $300 a month increase. This was an interesting case because it was a niece and an aunt. The co-op actually raised fees, and the aunt was going to pass them along to the niece, but the niece understood that, well, let's put it this way. They weren't fighting in the family. They thought that they could stop the co-op from increasing the common fees by filing a fair rent complaint. And we went through it all. And I told the person who filed the complaint that really would be against the aunt. It has nothing to do with the co-op. The co-op's a third party to the action. So with that, the aunt and the niece were very satisfied not to, the niece did not want to bring an action against the aunt, and the aunt did not want to have the niece bring the action against her.
Yep.
So she actually withdrew the complaint, and the aunt did not pass along the increased common charges to the niece as well. So I ask that you vote to not hear this case.
Fran Collier Clemens moves not to hear the case.
Johnny Weldon, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All
Okay,
opposed?
who I seconded before Johnny May. So who did she get?
Okay.
I got Johnny May.
Oh, I did it before her.
Okay,
Okay, you can take me off. Take me off.
we'll give it to Brenda then.
They're not coming through.
You okay,
Aye.
Madam Court Reporter? All right. Let me go to the last one.
Wait, we didn't vote. We didn't
Oh,
vote. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Not to hear.
Thank you. The last one for the night is 1810-22, 32 Haveland Street, apartment 310. The tenant pays $2,200 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. The landlord is requesting an increase of $300 per month. We just got this complaint in the other day. I've reviewed it. It meets all of our criteria, so I would ask you to vote to hear the case.
Fran Collier Clemens moves to hear the case.
Brenda Penn Williams, second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. And I believe that concludes new cases.
That's it. I think one may have come in today, but it was not time to put it on and for me to review it today. It came in later in the day. So
That's
next
great.
month you'll have another one to be talking about. The business will not go away. It may not be overly fast, but it's not going away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next on the agenda, any new business?
I don't know. Can I speak?
You may.
Okay. First and foremost, John, I just want to thank you for being able to take Patty's position to step up and do the things that you need to do for the commission. And I also want to thank Brenda because the event, the dinner, the gathering that we had, I thought it was the best thing for all of us. I thought we had a great time.
Agreed on the second count, certainly. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, it was wonderful. I really appreciate you organizing that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
That's all I had to say.
Well, I'd like to say, I hate I missed it.
Yeah, it was really,
We
really,
missed you too,
we had
Fran.
the best time. We had the best time. Everybody was relaxed and laid back, and I thought we were all great. So again, I thank Brenda for putting it together. And again, John, I thank you for you stepping up to plate, being the person that you
Well, we'll
So,
I know we'll all
John,
miss
speaking
Patty.
of which,
So. Yeah.
when are the elections? Shouldn't we have elections now?
So I
The
believe
next meeting or?
the
we
way
need to-
the way that elections typically go is that we would typically have them at our annual meeting, which is usually in October. Bylaws say that they need to be held before November. So typically it's at our October meeting, and usually we would have a nominating committee discuss nominations in September sometime, and the nominating committee would meet and discuss nominations for the roles in September. What I've talked about with Lamond is, do we appoint a nominating committee earlier and discuss having special elections, or do we just, as the vice chair takes on the role of the chair when the chair is out anyway. And so I would continue in the vice chair role, and we would just have no chair until we get to have the regular annual meeting.
I think we should have a special election, and I will nominate you, John, as the chair, but I think we need to have a special election, and we need to have a vice chair in case you can't come.
Well, I
So
agree with all those
I
things.
think we should have a special election.
So then let's do this. Let's appoint a nominating committee. I'm going to, Brenda and Fran, you've been on the nominating committee in the past, so I'm going to nominate each of you to be on the nominating committee again. And then Johnny May, would you like to join them?
Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
Would you like to join Brenda and Fran on the nominating committee?
I have no problem. Yes, I will, John.
All right. Then I will ask you all to be on the nominating committee for the positions of chair and vice chair. And we will hold a special election under the circumstances that our chair is no longer with us, unfortunately.
Thank you,
So,
Brenda. Please.
so John,
Yes.
this nomination, the nomination slate will be presented next month. Is that what we're doing, Brenda?
Yes, with the goal of presenting it at next month's meeting.
Yes.
And we will vote at that time.
Correct.
Okay.
And we should discuss whether or not that vote, you should, as the nominating committee, this is not my call. You should discuss as the nominating committee whether that vote is going to carry over for the
Gotta call you back.
following year as well, or whether that's just up until the regular October annual meeting that we have.
Oh, okay. So
Okay, we
Fran,
can-
what
we
I'll
can do
is
that.
I'll send out a Zoom. I'll
Huh?
get in touch. I'll send out a Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll do it
Okay,
over.
that's good.
Zoom.
All
Okay.
right.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
I have to apologize. The reason why I couldn't get in, because when you do it by phone, you have to dial the 1. I didn't dial the 1. That's why I couldn't get in.
We're glad you solved the problem and we're able to join. Any other new business?
Can
Hearing
I
none?
just say something real quick, John?
Yes, you
I
may.
just want to remind everybody about the Nice Festival on Saturday at Oyster Shell Park. I believe it starts at 10 a.m. until 11 p.m. at night.
Oh, it's this Saturday? Oh my God, thank you, Sam.
Yes, July 9th.
This is what,
The,
Sam?
the Nice Festival.
The Nice Festival they do every year.
Really looking forward to it. It's a great event. Thank you for raising that.
You're welcome.
All right, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn and
Samuel second.
apologize for being late.
Samuel seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion
All right.
passes. We're adjourned. Thank you,
Hey,
everybody,
thanks,
for
John.
joining.
Everybody
Have a great-
have a good
Thank
night.
you, everybody.
everybody.
Stay well.
Talk
Stay
to you
well.
soon.
Thanks again. Bye
Bye-bye.
now. Bye.
Bye-bye.